Hello guys, I am back for a few days now from one of the best vacations we've ever had. If you've ever experienced something like that, gone on like a really memorable trip or traveled somewhere that you loved, and then when you have to come home, it's kind of a hard experience. We just had such a great time and made such great memories, especially with my 19-year-old son, who we kind of focused this trip for, like as a kind of like a graduation gift. A little late, but because he graduated like almost 2 years ago. But he's been wanting to ski, and that's what we did. So in Colorado, and it was amazing. Woo! Here we go. I'm the highest in the room. Hope I make it out of here. So, I was in Denver for a couple of days, kind of like half days almost, because of the travel and getting up to the mountains and stopping there overnight on the way to and from the mountains. I have family there, so also makes it a good reason to stop there. But I knew that I wanted to do some fragrance shopping if time permitted and my family permitted. My husband would want to drive me there because it's probably along for the ride, right? Yes. So I wanted to go to Nordstrom, since we don't have a Nordstrom around where I live. The nearest one is 3 hours from where I live. So I did that, and then tried to check out some other places, but Macy's didn't really have much. And then I went to Neiman Marcus. So I'm going to talk about my experiences fragrance shopping in a larger city than what I live in, and being able to, get the niche fragrances with an in-person experience instead of having to like order samples online like I usually do. That was my goal. It was pretty much a goal of trying to save money, sniffing things in person than having to order samples and see if I like them in person. So we'll start with talking about Nordstrom. First we went to IKEA. Okay, but there's no fragrance there, but I do love IKEA. Got some little basic things there. Nothing major, but I love IKEA. I love walking through there. I love the cafe. I love all the cheap little things that you don't know that you need, but you can find. And Nordstrom is just like a mile from IKEA in Denver, so, or one of the Nordstrom. I think they have 3 in Denver, I'm not sure. So I went in there, and the people that worked in Nordstrom were really nice. First counter I stopped at was the Maison Francis Kurkdjian counter, and the woman working there was very kind and informative to me and helped me sniff like 5 or 6 different things. A lot of them I had already sniffed, and I have decants or samples of already, but I hadn't smelled Oud Satin Mood, which I have a blotter card still of this, and I can still smell a hint of this even though it's been like 3 days. And then I smelled Feminine Plurial, which I really liked. Let me think, what else did I smell? A few of the other ones, like 724 I've smelled. So I was only there for maybe like Oud Satin Mood, after I looked at them, but surprisingly, I really liked Feminine Plurial. And I don't have the blotter card of that anymore. I think it wore off, but it was beautiful. If I remember right, it was kind of like a woody floral. I don't really remember, and I don't have the notes in front of me, but that is one I would consider buying a sample or a decant of to further test out. Oud Satin Mood, I didn't try the extrait, which I probably should have. I only tried the regular Oud Satin Mood. And I didn't love it at first on the blotter card. I didn't spray it on skin. Should have. But now I really like the smell of it. It still smells so good. So it must be very strong, potent. So I may get a sample of the extrait and try it, just like a 2 ml, because I don't think I would need that much to smell, but that was fun. Nordstrom had a little less than I would have expected, at least that Nordstrom. But I found a couple other things. The woman standing at the Marc Jacobs counter, and then one standing at the Cartier counter. They were together and they were helping me and handing me cards like, do you like this? Do you like this? And I do like Marc Jacobs Daisy Wild and Daisy Wild Intense. And I do kind of I intend on buying like a travel during the Sephora sale of the Daisy Wild Intense. So I'm like, yeah, I like this. But the Cartier woman handed me this lip Panther, which I have heard people talk about and suspected that I might like just based on how they described it. And yeah, this is pretty faded, but I did have her spray this on my arm and I could smell it all day and I liked it. It really grew on me. It's a very classy older woman scent. I would say over 35 is where I picture the age that I picture someone who would wear this. Mature, classy, and just like classic perfumery scent. So Le Panther, I'm not sure of the notes again. I'm not going to pull up notes, but I really like this. I think I would buy a 5 or 10 ml decan of this to further try it out. And that was a win. So that's probably the one I like the most from trying things in Nordstrom. And then I finally found Donna Karan Cashmere and Palo Santo. They had the 4 from Donna Karan, but the only one I was interested in was Cashmere and Palo Santo. So I have the blotter card of that. And this was interesting because at first I didn't like it, but then it dried down to something very similar to vanilla powder, which is my favorite scent right now of all time, and the one I wear almost every day. So people were right. It does smell a little bit like vanilla powder from Matière Première. So Cashmere and Palo Santo, I may need to also further test. I think that's about all I looked at in Nordstrom. Like I said, they didn't have a lot. Not as much as I expected, but I got to do a little, and it was fine because my family was waiting in the car, and so I didn't want to make them wait. So I convinced my husband to drive me to Neiman Marcus, which was off the beaten path a little bit and took up more time than we wanted, but interesting experience. Let me tell you a little bit about it. I've never been in a Neiman Marcus because I've never had a need to. I don't buy really expensive designer clothes. Not in my budget, first of all, and I'm not really interested in that, or bags or handbags or shoes, but fragrance I'm interested in. Of course, high-end niche fragrance stuff I'm interested in. So that's the only purpose I went in there for. And I walked right in the door and it was right there, the fragrance department. There were probably about 8 sales associates around different counters. And they also had less than I thought they would. From looking up Neiman Marcus online, I thought they'd have a lot more in store. But I was very excited to see the Mind Games display, and they had pretty much almost everything, maybe not the newest stuff, but they did have Prodigy and Mentor on the stand right there. Like, those were probably the newest releases they had. So I wanted to smell those, and I don't have these labeled, unfortunately. I have 2 left. I smelled 4 from Mind Games. I smelled French Defense, Prodigy, Mentor, and Leonara. And I think out of all of them, I liked Leonara and Mentor the best. Prodigy was nice, but I felt like that had a little sandalwood in it, and I think I discarded the tester. So I think the testers I have left are of Leonara and Mentor. So I think this is Mentor, and it's woody and more masculine leaning. And really lovely and spicy, and kind of winter fall-ish and I don't know. So I'm curious. I want to sample Mentor a little bit more. I need to get a sample. And then Leonara, I think this is Leonara, and it's fruity and then dries down kind of like balsamic and ambroxan, benzoin-ish. I'm not sure. And I'm not even sure if this is the blotter for Leonara, but in remembering, it was quite fruity, and I think I would like the dry down more of that. So that's another one that I'm gonna have to test more. French Defense was beautiful. It was cherry, and like the associate said, she was actually a Mind Games representative working in Neiman Marcus, she said. So she didn't know about any of the other fragrance counters. But French Defense, the cherry stays with the fragrance throughout. the whole wear. So top, middle, and base notes, I guess. I'm not sure if it has cherry in all of those, but it did stay for a long time just on the blotter card. Then, and she was very nice, the Mind Games associate. Then I started to kind of walk around and I was feeling like prying eyes on myself. And this is where it got kind of weird and my experience was kind of, I don't want to say tainted, but I didn't want to spend as much time in there as I normally. Yeah, I felt kind of rushed and like I should just do my business and get out because, sorry, my dog, because I probably wasn't dressed like they wanted to see. You know, we had just finished skiing the day before and I didn't bring a lot of nice clothes with me in my suitcase. Yeah, so I hadn't brought any nice shoes. I had my Hoka shoes on, and because I have bad feet and that's what I need to walk in all the time. So yeah, I didn't look like a Neiman Marcus customer, let's just put it that way. And all of the people working there, I think, were looking at me. Anyway, I tried to just have a thick skin and do what I wanted to do and get out. Again, my family was waiting for me in the car. So walked over to Clive Christian because there were two I wanted to smell of Clive Christian: Crab Apple Blossom and Blonde Amber. So first they sprayed Blonde Amber, and as I should have expected, it was very ambery. It was very smooth, soft, it was lovely, but I have a little trouble with ambers. I kind of have to come around on them, like MFK's Grand Soir. At first I did not like that. I came around on it and now I can wear it in the deep of winter. Like I do like it, but ambers are a little troublesome for me, so that one wasn't for me right off the bat. I don't know. And you know, Clive Christian is very pricey, so I was like, that's okay, I don't need that. But Crab Apple Blossom was so pretty, and this blotter card still smells after 3 or 4 days. It's lovely and such a great spring scent. It's a floral, it's clean, but it also has like some resin, and I don't know how to explain it. That one I probably should look up the notes, but I can see why people like this. It's very unique. I don't know if this is what Crab Apple Blossoms actually smell like. We have a couple of trees in our yard, so when they start to blossom this spring, I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna keep this, maybe fold it in a notebook and see if I can preserve the scent and see. But I did like that one. It's really pretty. It's almost too pretty for me, but I really liked it. Then I walked around. I saw that they had Amouage. I saw that they had Bond number 9, but that was all locked up. There was no sprayers out to do yourself. So, and then I saw this ds&durga display, and I've always heard about Debaser from ds&durga, so I sprayed that. And I am not sure which one of these it is, but I really liked it. I sprayed that one, and I don't know what, because those are kind of the more popular ds&durga scents. So I think these are the ds&durga. Debaser was like warm, just generally nice smelling. I don't know what was a molecular fresh scent. And I guess I looked up Debaser later and it has fig in it, but just a little bit. So yeah, I think I'm gonna order Scentbird size of those two, because I remember liking both of them quite a bit. And I was like, wow, I never even thought that I would like this brand or, you know, notice this brand, but that was a good one. And there was a woman right next to that representing or passing out samples. She gave me a sample, it's the only sample I got, of Brunelli Cucinelli. So he is a clothing designer. I guess he's based in Vail, Colorado. I don't know, or at least the fragrance house is. He has a line of fragrances, and then he has one Parfum and Parfum. So the ones that they had in Neiman Marcus, they said they're exclusive to Neiman Marcus, the Brunelli Cucinelli Parfum and Parfum. So I got the little Parfum woman's sample here, and I've been wearing it a little bit since I got back, and I really like it. It is prettier and more floral than I usually wear, but it's got some fruits and citrus in it that really makes it uplifting and nice for spring and summer. It's got mandarin in it, I believe. So I really do like this Brunelli Cucinelli Parfum scent. And I think a 30 ml is like $105, so it's not too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna keep using my sample and see if I really like it. So after that, I was still kind of strolling around seeing if I had missed something, and everybody who worked there was kind of ignoring me, which was okay. I did check out the Amouage. I walked right by the Parfums de Marly. I shouldn't have. I should have tested Valaya exclusive because I don't really like Valaya, but I might like the exclusive better. But I walked right by it because I was in a hurry. And I just sniffed Amouage from the cap, Lineage, Honor Woman. I think I did Guidance 46 from the cap. I didn't give them enough of a chance, but that's okay because I know I have one Amouage that I really like. I really like Overture Woman from Amouage. So if I have one winner, that's good enough for me. And then I was almost ready to leave, and I tried to find somebody to pull out the Bond number 9 because I really wanted to smell New York Nights. So someone did pull it out for me, and I got to smell that, and it is a lovely gourmand, more wintry, I would say, appropriate for wearing in that season. I wouldn't want to wear it in the summer. It does have that little bit of banana bread-esque scent to it, and it's really creamy, sweet, and I do get the little bit of coffee, a little bit of the marine, just like everybody talks about with New York Nights. So I liked it. I don't know if I would get even a decan of this, especially now since we're going into spring, summer. So unfortunately, the other one that I really have been wanting to smell is Nomad, and I forgot to ask her to get that out and smell it. So then I pretty much beelined it for the door and left because I was uncomfortable. But I did it. I did that even though it made me uncomfortable because it was kind of fun anyway. And Mind Games is something that I definitely want to explore further. I don't know if I'm going to order samples or a discovery kit, but all of theirs were just so exquisitely done. Just you could tell the perfumery was so high quality. Nothing was sharp edges. Everything was blended so well and unique, and you just wanted to go on this scent journey with everyone that I smelled of Mind Games, even though I only tested 4. Now, when I came home, I had something to look forward to, aside from being depressed that I had to come home and leave the mountains. Really fell in love with the mountains on that trip, and skiing, and the idea of having a lot of outdoor sports to do. It's living somewhere like that. Whereas where we live, we have not that much to do. But I did have a Scentbird order that I came home to, and I was curious about this one. I haven't smelled this yet. I hadn't smelled it yet, but of course now I have. Fugazzi Vanilla Haze. And this one I don't like. So it's not for me. It's really a lot like Bianco Latte, but without the cumin, I believe, is what Bianco Latte has, or something like that. But it's kind of got that buttery note to it, to my taste, and I don't like it. So I'm going to try to sell this on Mercari, this little 10 ml or whatever it is of Vanilla Haze by Fugazzi. Unfortunately, that was a disappointment. It's creme brulee, vanilla pod, mandarin, tonka bean, and almond are the notes of that. So, oh well. The other one I got, I knew I liked, is Cirque du Soleil L'eau de Parfum. So I have a little Scentbird of that. And this one is good. And might not be exactly the right season for it. I would say fall, spring, winter. So I could wear it some. I don't think I would wear this in the summer because it's really quite gourmand, but it's pretty. It's nice for bedtime, and it's fun. It smells like a carnival, like everyone talks about, with the popcorn and the apple and the cotton candy smell. So that was fun to come home to. That pretty much wraps up my discussion of going scent smelling. in Nordstrom and Neiman Marcus, and I hope you enjoyed watching. And I will come back and share if I get decants or samples of any of these and how it's going. But it was really fun. I'm thankful that my family was patient enough with me to drop me off and let me be in there for 15 minutes and wait for me. So I hope you guys are doing well, and hope you join me next time. So bye.